Everyone thought her home was perfectly organized. Containers labeled, clothes organized, and every item in its place. She seemed a model of harmony and control. But one day everything collapsed. The system she had created couldn't hold up. It seems like if you're an expert, you can't make mistakes. But maybe it's mistakes that make us real. This story is about a person who one day lost control of her perfect order and realized order doesn't start in the drawers, but within her. I received consent to tell this story without naming her. Therefore, I gave her a fictitious name, Selena. Selena studied for professional organizer, gained experience, consulted people, inspired them, and she thought I can really help others. But at her home, everything was different. Selena would come home and be lost. She hated household chores, ironing, washing dishes, folding laundry, washing floors, and etc. The dust was a constant source of her irritation. A dissonance tormented her insides. I'm an expert at tidying up. Why I don't like doing it? Why I don't want to do it? The inner critic screamed, what right do you have not to be able and not want to do it? And the problem wasn't that she didn't do all this. She did all the homework, but with enormous effort. She had not many things, but inside her was a heaviness. She seemed to know everything, but she couldn't bring herself to do it, and she had no desire. It all started unnoticed. At the beginning, she washed everything every day, as if that shine would give her a sense of control. But then she began to force herself to do it. It was small things. A couple of times she forgot to sort out laundry. She didn't put things back in their places. Put off cleaning until tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Boxes, shelves, storage systems, it all drained her energy. It was as if she were servicing her own system instead of living in it. The more she tried, the more she realized there were too many things in the house. And then she opened a window of understanding the reason. It was not the dust or the ironing and even the fatigue. The house was overflowing, but not just with the things, but with expectations, with perfectionism, and with a sense of duty. At some point, she simply stopped. It wasn't the storage system that had collapsed. The illusion that order could keep life descending into chaos had collapsed. From the outside, it might have seemed that Selena was disorganized or lazy. She heard criticism like she's a fake expert and everything not so beautiful as she's talking about. And the judgment was primarily her own. But it wasn't that simple. She burned out after maternity leave, after sleepless nights, after focusing entirely on others. Selena constantly felt like she wasn't living up on her own expectations and of course others expectations that she should be an example, should be perfect. But inside her was emptiness, no strength, no inspiration, only a bottomless sense of guilt and comparison with others. At some point, this expert simply gave up. She sat down on the floor in the middle of the room, looked at it all, and thought, I don't need a perfect house. I need to feel alive. She started asking herself, what do I want from myself now? What can I do? And her answer was, I want a harmony in relationships with myself, with my husband, with my children. I want my own time, lots of free time to pursue my creativity. I want to live my life consciously now. I want to enjoy my life now so that tomorrow I don't regret the lost years. And that was turning point. She stopped chasing the ideal. She stopped doing things the right way. And she started thinking a lot and listening to herself. Sometimes she just sat with a cup of coffee. Sometimes she cleaned out a drawer. No lists, no pressure. And gradually her house began to change without violence and stress, slowly and deliberately. Probably some of you have already guessed who I'm talking about. It was me. I am that expert who couldn't organize her own home. And I'm grateful for that failure because it showed me that order isn't control. Order is care and peace. If you are feeling down right now, if you are blaming yourself, please stop. Here are a few of my conclusions that might help you. Everyone has their own rhythm, their own good enough, and own perfection. A home doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be alive, just like you are alive. Listen to yourself. Sometimes clutter is simply a signal of stopping and asking, how am I feeling now? Space is not a punishment, space is a mirror. It reflects your inner state and shows where you need care. When you give it to yourself, you can give it to your loved ones and to your home. And when you start taking care of yourself, order will appear on its own. So, if you're feeling like everything around you isn't quite as you would like it to be, just take a deep breath. Give yourself time. Even experts have their failures. Remember that order isn't about perfect shelves, but about harmony within your soul. In every woman, in addition to her inner judge and her inner designer, inner workaholic, and the host of inner specialists and persons, there is an inner space organizer. Some of us just need more time, some of us just need inspiration or need more knowledge. But there is a space organizer within each of us. No certifications required. Indeed, every woman is a superhuman, a superhero. Each woman has her own superpower. To develop your superpower, you need to engage in creativity and what you love. And for that, you need free time and a clear head. We already have enough in our heads. We have own Instagrams, Pinterest, and other knowledges. You already have enough visual experience. You know enough, but you just need a fuel. You are that Ferrari that staying on the yard without gas. And you just need resources like time, emotional resources, psychological, maybe financial or informational resources. If you are faced with something like this, don't despair and certainly don't think something wrong with you. You just lack resources. I say all this because I was in your place. If you feel stuck, share where you would like to start. Sometimes voicing the problem out loud is the first big step. May each of us have a little more peace. If this video resonated with you, leave a like or a comment. Share your experience. And if you want to begin lazy decluttering journey, join my marathon guide, Reset 2026. The goal is not chasing perfection. The goal is learning to breathe more freely and restore space harmony step by step. I will talk about it in my next video. See you soon. Bye.